compared to, other retirement accounts, Roth, 401k, IRA, all that good stuff. You have a beneficiary. Give it to the beneficiary at no additional cost, and you're good to go. So take those things into consideration before you just say, oh, it's guaranteed, let's do it, when you could be having your money grow so much faster and so much more over the course, especially if you're young, especially if you're within this demographic of the podcast. You have, 20, 30 years, maybe even 40 years if you're starting really young, to allow that money to compound. So don't just take that money, park it into an annuity, and only making 1% to 2%. You might as well just get a high yield savings account. Yo, what's good? What's good? Latrell in a hoodie, and welcome to another episode of the Brother Next Door podcast, where we talk about finance, personal development, and skills to get you further in life through actionable steps and my own personal experiences. In this episode, we're talking about annuities. A lot of people don't even know what annuities are. A lot of people have never even heard of annuities. And that's what this podcast is about, is bringing to your attention some stuff that might be beneficial, some stuff that you should probably stay away from, and some stuff that, might be able to help somebody else in your life. That's my goal, is to put you in front of that information. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let's get right into it. Right after. I thank you guys for watching the podcast, whether this is your first episode, your fifth, your 50th, whichever, whether you've been rocking with me since I was only on Spotify and audio only platforms. I appreciate you. As of the past 28 days, we have reached 2,000 views in a month. That's insane. I didn't think I would see this day this soon, especially just starting, a year ago, uploading on YouTube. So that's really dope. Thank each and every one of you guys for watching the podcast, whether it's, a couple minutes, whatever. I appreciate you for tuning in. So let's get right into the content. You are coming here for annuities. What are annuities? Annuities are investments issued by insurance companies. And so basically, to summarize it and not, go into crazy detail, you are paying an insurance company to guarantee you for a certain period of time, whether it's all of retirement, whether it's 5, 10, 20 years, there's different ways of going about it. But you're basically guaranteeing yourself that you will have income during retirement or for a certain period of time. And so with that, you got to understand there are a bunch of different accounts, and we're going to go into that right now. So understand you can do investment only, and I'm going to have this up on the screen, of course. You can do investment only variable annuity. So these are tax deferred, and you're actually participating in the market. So you have the opportunity for your money to grow. And you also have access to your assets, which is cool. You have tax deferred variable annuity with guaranteed minimum accumulation benefits, right? That's a whole mouthful. You got deferred fixed annuity. You have tax deferred variable annuity with guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefits. You have deferred fixed annuity with guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. Oh, you got tax deferred, and then you have deferred. There we go. And then you have deferred income annuity, which the only advantage you have, right, is guaranteed income. And then you also have immediate fixed income annuity, which same thing, is only guaranteed income. What's the difference between deferred and immediate? With deferred, you're deferring, right, until whenever, until retirement age or even further out, say 80 years old. But you're saying, I don't want to access those funds now. I want to access those later. Immediate, self-explanatory. Once you pay them, then you immediately have access to those funds, and they're going to start paying you for it, right? And so understand, as you can see in the last, second to last column, is access to assets. So this is basically being able to invest, right? Being able to participate not necessarily just participate in the market, but be able to figure out what you're investing in, right? Now, understand some of these, like the last two, it's not your money anymore. You're paying them, and now it's their money, right? You paid them for a service, and now they're saying, hey, we're going to give you money later on down the road or immediately after you pay us. And so, unlike a 401k, IRA, all that good stuff, where you're able to pick investments and do all these good things and, with a little flexibility, move the money around, except with the Roth IRA account, with the Roth IRA or 401k account. But go to those other videos. I'm not going to go into detail with that. But the point being is that is still your money for retirement. You can choose which products you want to invest in. You can choose whether you want to just straight take that money out. Now, with annuities, you can take it out, but understand you're going to have to pay big penalties if they even allow you to get your money back. And so, like I said, it's theirs, right? And so if you're saying, hey, I want it back, okay, cool, you can have it back, but you're going to have to pay a percentage to get that money back. And so that's the thing with annuities, family. Understand something else with it is it's guaranteed income. So understand the growth isn't going to be as great, especially if you choose one of the last two categories, whether it's immediate or deferred. Understand it's only growing at a 1 or 2% interest rate. And so that you might as well just throw that in a CD at that point, right? And so it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Go seek professional advice. But what I'm saying is, if you're only getting 1 to 2%, why not look at other options when it comes to retiring, when it comes to having money for retirement? Because understand the S&P average is about 7% per year. Like my account's like up 15%, right, for this year. But understand that's just 1 year, right? I'm not saying every single year you're going to get a 50% return on your money. But with my first year of investing in my 401k, my Roth 401k with my company, it's already done 50. I've already gotten a 15% increase, not even including the match from my employer. So we really up, right? We really up now as of this moment. But as the market goes up, the market can also go down, and that's just part of the game. It's just part of it. Something you just have to deal with. All investing is risky, and that's completely fine. And so last thing I want to say about annuities is understand they're private companies. So they're not backed by the bank, right? Depending on who you go to, but most likely they're going to be a private insurance company. And so if they go bankrupt, you have no money. you're you know what I'm saying? You're stuck between a rock and a hard place at that point. And also think about the fact that you'll probably have to pay more to get it transferred into a transferred to a spouse or transferred to somebody else once you pass away. And so you got to shell out even more money on fees to have that money transferred over and have that payment, given to somebody else once you pass away. So that's something else you have to think about. If you have it set at, 69 or whatever, and then you die at 70, it's like, okay, it was supposed to be from 69 all the way to 90, say, right? You're supposed to get paid from 69 all the way to 90. And then you got to pass away. Everybody got to pass away, but you pass away, then it's like you gave them all that money just for you to have secured income for 1 year. Like, it's not compared to, other retirement accounts, Roth, 401k, IRA, all that good stuff. you can just, you have a beneficiary. Give it to the beneficiary at no additional cost, and you're good to go. So understand, take those things into consideration before you just say, oh, it's guaranteed, let's do it. When you could be having your money grow so much faster and so much more over the course, especially if you're young, especially if you're within this demographic of the podcast. You have, 20, 30 years, maybe even 40 years if you're starting really young, to allow that money to compound. So don't just take that money, park it into an annuity, and only making 1 to 2%. You might as well just get a high yield savings account, and you make even more with the high yield savings account than you would with the annuity. So take these things into consideration, whether it's the tax deferral benefit, whether it's just having guaranteed income, whether it's access to assets, whatever the case may be. Do your research, connect with a professional, figure out if this is a good option for you later on down the road or not. But for me, I'm gonna keep going with the 401k, and then eventually get into the IRA accounts, probably next year. And so that's what I'm doing personally. Do what's best for you and your situation. But just getting guaranteed money and just giving it to them doesn't really make sense to me. But I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like in the comments. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.